shaking his dog on our table. Until about maybe 2 weeks ago, I have been trying to get into meditating. And during this meditation, I had um, a message. I'll just say a message. I had a message that said, "Your Vesta flame burns bright." And I'm like, my Vesta flame? What? What does that even mean? I knew the Vesta flame had to do with home and hearth and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I know my Vesta flame burns bright. I have all these kids in the house. We have a loving home. Everybody loves each other. Yeah, it burns bright. No, I found out the Vesta flame means so much more. And I don't mean to say that in a flippant way, but that's not really the information I was going for at the time. So I was a little irritated with it, honestly. But so I found out the Vesta flame has a lot to do with spirituality, your spiritual gifts. So we're going to do a reading on each zodiac sign, and I don't really want to do zodiac signs, but I can't figure out another way to do this for you guys because I don't know you personally. I guess we could do it by zodiacal house where your Vesta flame sits. I don't know. We're going to do readings about your Vesta flame today. Let me just say that. I may have to pause and figure out how exactly I'm going to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with Vesta flame, and I've got to figure out how I want to do this. I guess I could do it by zodiac sign. If your Vesta flame, which means if your Vesta flame is in Aries, if your Vesta flame is in Cancer, if your Vesta flame is so forth and so on. We'll see what the universe has to say about it, right? Promise, look, promise. As I was talking about Vesta flame, the card promise fell out. Oath, contract, emotional bond. Now, let's look up what Vesta flame actually is really quick, okay? Because a lot of people don't know. I didn't know. Shit, let's look it up. Okay, I just went straight to Vesta and Vesta flame and spiritual growth as far as astrology goes. Like we're talking about it in our natal chart. So I'm trying to look at it. Can't read out in the sun. It says Vesta symbolizes the spiritual heartbeat of the home and the body, encouraging a focus on self-care and dedication to a higher purpose and quiet strength. Devotion and focus. In astrology, Vesta highlights where you are dedicated and focused, encouraging you to channel your energy into what feels holy and meaningful, such as healing, creative work, or spiritual study. Okay, in other words, the Vesta, not only does it mean home and hearth, okay, and dedication, it means where did you make that contract with God spiritually, right? Where did you make that where did you agree to channel your spiritual devotion with God when you incarnated on this earth, right? And look, we have oath, contract, and emotional bond. Let's fill out. So your Vesta flame is pretty much your promise, okay? Your promise to God. What are you going to do here on this earth spiritually, okay? Okay, guys, go to astro.com. Scroll down. You're going to go to charts and calculations. Click on that. Scroll down. Extended chart selection. Click on that. Put in all your birth information. Okay. Go down. You'll see a white box. Highlight Vesta. V-E-S-T-A. And then go down and hit show the chart. And that's going to pull up your birth chart. And the thing that I circle in red right here, that's your Vesta flame. Look and see what house and what sign that's sitting in, okay? Alright, so let's dig deeper. Appreciate that. That got the ball rolling. Now, let's go with Vesta flame and Aries. Okay, let's go, guys. For those of y'all who have your Vesta flame and Aries, can I get some information, please, on the Vesta flames and Aries? What are some guidance you can give these people that have their spiritual Vesta flame in Aries right now? You need to check your natal chart for those of y'all that don't know, and check. Look and see if you can find the the Vesta flame in your natal chart, okay? Okay. Woo! Damn, Aries. Alright. Let's see what you got. Okay, I'm going to set promise over here. Alright. Exploration, terrific, letter, exam, solo, delivery, bill, and risk-taking. Okay. So, Aries, what I'm feeling right off the bat when these cards first started falling, if you have a Vesta flame in Aries, it's all about, well, what this card says, exploration, right? It's all about exploration. Experimentation. Let your soul study to grow. Maybe study different religions, different psychologies, different psychic abilities, different things. Just let your soul study. Be a universal student for your Vesta flame, right? We have leader here. This one caught my eye when it fell. Leader. And as you're doing these studies, okay, as your soul is learning and growing, it's saying you take action. You got action leader here. Take action. Tell other people about it. Educate other people about it. Be a leader for your Vesta flame. Be a leader. We have letter here. Note, text messages, invitation. Take notes. Maybe take notes on what you're learning as you're growing, as your Vesta flame's growing. So basically, you're teaching as you learn in your spiritual life. Don't be scared, Aries. Don't be scared to take the leap, take the jump. Go on that spiritual quest, okay? Spiritual quest, that's big. Spiritual quest. Go on that spiritual quest, Aries, for your soul. And then bring back the knowledge to teach others, okay? Bring back the knowledge. You go gather up all the resources, and then you bring it back to teach others how to do the same, okay? That's for Vesta Flame and Aries. All right, Vesta Flame and Taurus. Can I get information for our Vesta Flame and Taurus people? What's some guidance you can give them to nourish their Vesta Flame with their spirituality? Okay, Vesta Flame through spirituality. What's some guidance you can give these people that have their spiritual Vesta Flame in Taurus, please? We're looking at Vesta Flame and Taurus, please. What's some information you can give them? I'm hearing growth. Growth. Or any cards about growth. Vesta Flame and Taurus. I'm going to go ahead and see what this is. Limit, boundaries, speeding, explosion. Wow. Okay. What else do you have? What feel? Fusion, align, openness, harmonize, calibration. Redemption, hope, miracle, turning point. Passion, hobbies, preferences, interests. You're here to grow your Vesta Flame, Taurus, okay? You're here to grow your Vesta Flame. No boundaries. I'm hearing no boundaries. No boundaries. Anything else? No boundaries. No boundaries. This might be hard for Taurus. You guys may struggle a little with this one. Prosperity. Abundance, wealth, good luck, show, spotlight, express, create, countryside, irrigation, harvesting, rent. Radiate joy and enthusiasm. You're here to express your Vesta Flame through boundaries, not letting people run over you, not giving your soul room to grow and mature without nature, growth, potential, possibility. Yeah, giving your soul room to grow and mature on its own. You're not meant to follow the leader. Align, openness, harmonize, collaboration. Redemption, hope, miracle. Got redemption twice. Why is there 2 redemption cards in here? Okay, that's weird. Oh, what just happened? What just happened? Oh my God. I have used these cards, I don't know how many times, you guys. Not a lot. Not like every reading. No. Holy crap. And I have gone through these cards and pulled them out one at a time to study them when I first got them, right? Pulled them out, read them, talked about them, made notes about them. There were not 2 redemption cards in this deck. I would have known it. I would have known it. Oh my God, what is happening right now? That is so weird. That is so weird. Why do I have 2 redemption cards? Have we jumped a timeline? What is happening? I'm freaking out, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out because I don't know what's going on. There was not 2 redemption cards in this pack. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say right now. Is there 2 of anything else in here? That's what I'm sitting here thinking. I don't know where the second redemption card came from. That is totally crazy and insane. I've heard of... Have you guys seen... Okay, not to get off track, but have you guys seen some of the videos where these people end up with 2 of things and they don't know how? Like, they don't understand. They're putting it up to, like, these parallel realities where their same self is... Their same self has the same things in another reality. And somehow, the realities got crossed over like 2 coats. This woman went to hang her daughter's coat up, right? It was a coat that a cousin had gave her. Not even one they had bought. It was a hand-me-down coat, right? She goes to hang it up in her daughter's closet. And the fucking coat was in there already. The same coat, the same size, everything. The same exact coat was hanging in the closet. Oh my God. Or the one where this woman was unpacking, and she had like, I think it was like a little turtle, you know, there's like little jury dishes. They're like porcelain little jury dishes. She started unpacking from a move. They were moving, and somehow she said she remembers when she bought it. She remembers when she bought this. She only bought one. It was at a thrift shop. And when they get to where they're at to unpack, there's two of them. Where did this second redemption card come from? I'm losing my mind. Okay, back to the reading. Okay, holy crap, Taurus. So, hope, miracle, and turning point is a big thing in this reading, you guys. This is a big deal. There's two redemption cards sitting here. Okay, and like I said, you're meant to grow. Your soul is meant to grow and prosper and grow its spiritual fruits on its own. Okay, you're not meant to follow the leader. You're not meant to follow a guidebook. You're not meant to follow a guru. You're meant to do this on your own. Your soul is literally saying, I can do this by myself. Okay, I don't need help. That's what you're here to do. If you have your Vesta flame in Taurus, okay, you're here to do things on your own. Let me look at these cards that feel right here. Efforts will be rewarded within reach. It says wisdom, experience, immortality, and authority. Yes, experience and wisdom. You're here to grow experience and wisdom, but on your own terms, Vesta and Taurus. Okay, on your own terms. This is one that, trying to feel into the card, you guys. This is one that doesn't need, like I said, you don't need a leader. You don't need somebody to say this, or that. You're doing it on your own, Okay, your soul is here for its own growth. Your soul is here for its own growth on its own terms, okay? But I do feel like, Vesta and Taurus, I do feel like now, okay, once you have reached a certain point, journey, growth, and got jealousy, process, and hurricane. This one. Once you reach a certain point in this spiritual journey, Taurus, with your Vesta in Taurus, rather, I feel like you are meant to spread the fruits of what you have learned, okay? You are meant to not necessarily teach, but inspire, okay? Inspire others with what you have learned through the wisdom of your soul, through the wisdom of your Vesta, okay? Inspire others. All right, Taurus, that's it. I am dumbfounded by this double redemption card. I don't even know. Okay. All right. Woo. All right, moving on. Cancer. We're going to go into Cancer if your Vesta flame is in Cancer, okay? What are Cancer Vesta flames here? How can they nourish their Vesta flame? What is their Vesta flame meant to help them do? This is where my Vesta flame is, you guys. What is the Vesta flame meant to do if it is in Cancer? Give them some ideas, some guidance to help nourish, grow, mature their Vesta flames. Let me shuffle these one good time, you guys. Hold on. Okay. I'm talking Vesta flame in Cancer, and we have book that's fill out. Book, wisdom, experience. Okay, yeah. Redemption again. We have redemption and hope. Wisdom, experience, immortality, hope, miracle, turning point. Okay, so again, Vesta in Cancer, wisdom, okay, wisdom and authority sticking out, wisdom and authority. So back to maybe teaching as your soul grows. Turning point. Okay, I feel like for some of us that have Vesta in Cancer, you're starting one way on your spiritual journey, but there will be a turning point. There will be a flip, a noticeable flip, right? Like a switch flips. There's gonna be a turning point, and I get it because I've hit the turning point, so I know there's gonna be a turning point when it comes to your soul's growth, your Vesta flame, harnessing that spiritual knowing, that spiritual power. There will be a turning point. Can I get some more guidance for Vestas in Cancer, please? On the turning point, where should they be heading when it comes to their Vesta flame? What should they do? Just some general guidance, please, for our Vestas in Cancer. I'm hearing. Hold on, you guys. Vestas in Cancer. Something flip. I weren't looking. I was looking at the tree over there. Thought something flip. No, okay. Vestas in Cancer. Vestas in Cancer. What is this? Seek guidance, help, miracle. So you are, yeah. Okay, Cancer, Vestas in Cancer. Like I said, there's going to be a turning point. Okay. Wisdom, experience, authority, seeking guidance, help, miracles, guidance. So you may, your Vesta being in Cancer is all about gaining the wisdom and the experience. I'm trying to feel this guidance card out, you guys. And actually seeking the guidance to authority and guidance. Okay, at some point, Vesta and Cancers, you're going to realize that you may find yourself trying to find the guru, find that spiritual teacher, finding guidance. You're looking for that mentor, taking those workshops. Once that turning point hits, Vesta and Cancers, you're going to be very invested in like a dog with a bone, is what I'm trying to say. Like a dog with a bone. You're going to be all about that spiritual knowledge, having to learn what your spirituality means to you and what it can mean for others. That turning point you're looking for as you grow, as your soul grows and learns. It's going to be looking for that turning point, like a road sign. Okay, it's going to be looking for it like a road sign. Here, road sign, like a road sign. That turning point. Whoo! Hold on, you guys. That turning point means a lot. Okay, it means a lot. Peace, harmony, order, calmness, serenity, peace. That turning point is the when you hit the turning point, Vesta and Cancer, that's going to be the beginning of your spiritual journey. Now, this could happen when you're 5. This could happen when you're 50. I don't know. Everybody's different. But when you hit that turning point, you're going to know it, and you're going to shoot through like a rocket. Like it's going to take you speedy, fast, and in a hurry. You're going fast. You're going hard. You're going, how did I live my life without this? This spiritual growth is going to be so immense, so hard, and so full of truths that you didn't know existed. It's going to turn your world upside down. Vesta and Cancer, okay? Release patterns, treatment, later. Healing, comfort, surgery, repair. Release old patterns, embrace change. Clear the way for renewal. What did I say? When you hit that turning point, it's going to flip you on your head, Cancer, Vesta and Cancer, okay? It's going to flip you on your head. Anything else for Vesta and Cancer? Okay, and what you decide to do with it from there is totally on you, Cancer. There's no roadmap for that. I mean, Vesta and Cancer. I keep calling you by your zodiac sign, but that's wherever your Vesta sign is. Vesta flame is sitting. But what you decide to do with it from there is totally up to you. Okay? Now remember, this is a promise. This turning point, this switch, this flip, this uncharted territory that your soul is going to jump on. And it's going. It's going to, Vesta and Cancer. There's no way around it. You're going. Yield, force, concede, surrender, accept. Surrender, yeah, accept the fact. You're going. Okay, that's what I just said. There's no stopping it. At some point, whether it's 1 year old, 100 years old, doesn't matter. Your soul is going to find it. It's going to find its way back. Because this is the promise that you made to God, Vesta and Cancer, okay? It's going to find it. Okay? It's going to find it. All right, moving on. Ooh, that was intense. That was an intense energy, you guys. And that could have just been because that's where mine's at. Okay. See. I'm going to do Gemini next. I'm a little out of sorts right now. I'm going to put you on pause for just a second. I'm going to break out my notebook too because I feel like I might need to be writing some stuff down for you guys. Hold on. This is getting deep, you guys. I can feel the energy. This is getting deep. This ain't no normal readings here. Let's go. I've already did some of the readings today. I did 3 of them. I got to Cancer. We are now going to do Gemini. So if your Vesta flame sits in Gemini, okay? And remember, your Vesta flame, where your Vesta sits in your chart, is the promise you made to God, okay? This is where your soul is going to shine, where your fire burns deep, okay? We got difference, road, future, choice, destiny, okay? This is for Gemini. You get more information and guidance for our Vestas in Gemini, please. Vestas in Gemini. As I can tell you now, Geminis, you weren't meant to be the same. You're meant to stand out from the crowd. Delivery, transportation, inheritance, escort. You're meant to stand out from the crowd as far as your soul's journey, your Vesta flame. Anything else? I get some more permission, some more guidance for Gemini, Vesta flame, please. Let me see what I can pick up on, you guys. Vesta for Gemini, Vesta for Gemini. We got wisdom, experience, immortality, authority. So with your Vesta flame, Gemini, like I said, you're meant to stand out from the crowd. And yes, we have the card chaos that's filled. Unrest, unpredictability, corruption, instability. So when somebody stands out from the crowd, they're different. Which you got the difference card sitting here. They're different. They're not the same. And this can cause attention on you. This can cause some people to think and wonder about you. They can tell that your soul's different. You got yield, force, concede, surrender. Yeah. When your Vesta flame begins to burn, Gemini, and like I've told the other signs, this could be when you're a year old, it could be when you're 100 years old. When your Vesta flame decides to ignite, and when I say ignite, I mean starting on your soul's journey, your spiritual path. We don't all start that path at birth. Some do, some don't. And for the ones that don't, when that switch does flip, it's going to cause people to look at you differently, Gemini. That's what I'm hearing. Look at you differently. It's going to cause a spark, and it's going to be noticeable. It's going to be seen. It's going to be recognizable. It's going to be, people are going to say, oh, you're different. Why are you different, Gemini? Not Gemini. This is your Vestas in Gemini. You're not. You don't have to be Gemini in your chart. Okay. You just have the Vesta there. Dream, desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy. Desire, desire, desire. Once this flame ignites your spiritual, you start on your spiritual path. Desire. Yeah, there's going to be, number one, there's going to be signs, symbols, and synchronicities to let you know you're going. Okay, Gemini? And that's probably for everybody. You're going to get these signs to let you know you're heading in the right direction. Let's see, desire, 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 desire. So just like with Cancer, it's going to be like a dog with a bone. Redemption, redemption. This card has failed so many times during the readings and outside of the readings when I was just shuffling for my own meditative state. Turning point. Gemini, when this Vesta flame ignites, when you start to walk on your spiritual path, your soul's purpose, your promise to God, right? Your promise to God. It's a turning point. It's a turning point. Somebody even say miracle. They say you weren't living the best life before. It's a miracle. This is a miracle how you've changed in this way. Spiritual, learning your spiritual self, your spiritual truths through your soul's growth. Wisdom, experiences, wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. And your flame's gonna ignite throughout. Your flame's gonna ignite through old debts, reconciliations, for justice. Let's see. Possessiveness, repetitive, dependence, paranoia. Your soul, the Vesta flame is gonna ignite, Gemini, for Vesta and Gemini, through your everyday life, your everyday works, your everyday path. While some signs may begin to follow gurus and courses, workshops, and classes. Yours is going to come through your everyday living, Gemini. Your everyday living, fusion, align, openness, harmonize, collaboration. Yeah, your everyday life will align with your Vesta flame, Gemini, with your soul's purpose. You'll start seeing it in your everyday living. There's nothing. Secrets is flipped over. Nothing's going to. Secrets, Bill. There's going to be nothing special that you have to go hunt down or find. It's just going to happen, Gemini. Okay, as you're living your life. Call, warn, wake up call, signal. Yeah, wake up, wake up, wake up. When your Vesta flame is lit, Gemini, I will be able to see it. Everybody that knows you will be able to see it. And you, especially yourself. And I keep calling you by Gemini. You don't have to be a Gemini. You can be, but you don't have to be. So Vesta and Gemini, it's going to be a huge, you'll know, because you're going to feel different. You're going to see things different. You're going to think differently, speak differently, treat others differently. Yeah. It's a big deal, Gemini. Big deal. Preference, good fortune, yin yang, ambition. So, yeah, you may notice your life changing for the better when your Vesta flame gets lit, Gemini. Run, chaos, escape, seek. And there may be some, especially with the chaos card here, okay? There may be some that aren't so aligned with your Vesta flame. Just say that. They aren't aligned with your Vesta flame. Journey, growth, path, experiences. They're going to be uncomfortable in your presence as your flame begins to burn bright, okay? They'll be uncomfortable with your presence. One soul to another. I'm hearing one soul to another. They'll pick up that there's something different about you, Jay. There's something different about you. When you start living through your Vesta flame, okay? Now, this can start when you're born. This can start when you're 100. I don't know. Anywhere in between. Never know. Gratitude. Appreciate. Thank you. Cherish. Yeah. When it does start happening, Gemini, Vesta and Gemini, when it does start happening, like I said, you're going to start seeing things different, treating people different, feeling different, speaking different. You will probably, with that gratitude card, you probably start speaking with more gratitude, seeing things with more gratitude, your life with more gratitude, right? Peace, harmony, order, calmness, serenity. Yeah. You probably have this feeling like, oh, this is what I've been looking for my whole life. Where has it been? If it's not burning if it's not ignited since birth. Some people come into this world with it burning, right? You've seen the people that say they've had spiritual gifts or spiritual talents, or they've lived this holy spiritual life since they were born, right? Okay. And for some of you guys, like I said, it's going to come through your everyday living, your everyday life, right? Your everyday life, connections, romance, and love. It's going to come as you're living day to day. And for some of you, you may have to choose to do it. It may be a choice. You may have to go after your Vesta flame. You may have to say, I'm sick of this life. I'm gonna start doing things differently. It may be a choice. But for most of you, it's just gonna come through as you go, as you live. Boundaries, speeding, explosion. Yeah. And when it comes, it's gonna be quick, fast, and in a hurry. Changes will happen fast and furious. Okay. All right, Gemini, that's it. That's your Vesta flame in Gemini. And I keep calling you Gemini like you have to be a Gemini, but you don't. Okay. That's just if your flame is in Gemini. All right. All right, guys. This is if your Vesta flame is in Leo. Your Vesta flame is in Leo. If you don't know what the Vesta flame is, I suggest you go watch the intro, okay? So, if your Vesta flame is burning in Leo, let me see. Let's see what we got here. We have fusion and process. You, Leo, with your Vesta flame, your soul's growth, your promise to God, it's going to come in through your experiences, your journey, your process through life, okay? And you'll know what's for your soul's growth and what's not, because you'll feel aligned to it. You'll feel aligned to these things, okay? Guard, defend, protect, guarantee. Defend, protect, guarantee, guard. Is Leo a guard of defend, protect, guarantee, guard? For some of you guys, Leo, for some of you guys with your Vesta in Leo, with your Vesta flame, your promise to God is to usher in other people to their Vesta, for their soul's growth, right? You're here, delivery, transportation, inheritance, rumors, speculation, slander. You're here to teach, okay? To deliver a message for other people's souls, for their soul's growth. You're here to find yours, and then I think Aries had the same thing. And then you're here to help others with theirs, okay? With their path. And not everybody is going to like what you're doing. I've said that to Gemini, and I'm saying it to you. Not everybody is going to like what you're doing when your soul decides to take this path, okay? Timing. Deadline, synchronization, rhythm, moment. And worth. Effort will be rewarded within reach. Success lies in hand. Release patterns, embrace change, clear the way for renewal. Yeah. Release old patterns, embrace change, Leo, with your Vesta, not Leo, but Vesta and Leo, your whole life is going to be about change. Spiritually, religiously, however your flame burns, it's going to be change. You're going to be, if your Vesta flame is burning in Leo, flexible. There you go. Do not break, shift with grace. That's exactly where I was going with this. If your Vesta flame is burning in Leo, it may take a lot of different, your soul may take a lot of different paths to find the right one that ignites that flame, that promise you made to God, okay? Immortality, frozen, infinity, curse, immortality, eternity. It's about that promise you made to God. And in order to teach somebody something, you need to have higher knowledge in it than they do. So you're going to experience all these different things in religion and culture and creativity and just things that ignite people's souls, okay? And your Vesta is in Leo, and you're wondering, why do I keep having all these experiences? Whether we label them good or bad, that doesn't matter, because God doesn't see that, okay? God does not see that. These labels are human labels. These experiences that you're going through for your soul's growth, they have to happen, okay? There's no way out of it. You can't teach and guard and guide and protect people and nourish people and carry people through when you don't know when you haven't been there yourself, okay? Redemption, hope, miracle, turning point, unexpectedly, another way beyond imagination, transformation, reinvent, new beginnings, responsibility, road, shackles. So like I said, if you look at these cards, it just pretty much spells out what I just said. You're going to have all these experiences, right? And you're probably wondering to yourself, while these experiences are happening, why do I keep going through these different things? And it's going to be experiences in, I'm not talking about your mundane experiences in life, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about bold, different, soul-igniting experiences, okay? That light your soul on fire, okay? Hence the Vesta flame. It's going to be things you love to do, things you hate to do. But either way, you had to go through. You're going to have to go through it, Vesta and Leo, okay? To usher in, to teach others. Yeah, you're a teacher also. Aries was also a teacher. You're here to teach others, to be that spark of inspiration for others, Leo. Codes, treasures, bribes, disguise. Yeah. All these experiences, like I said, for the good or for the bad, that's your soul's growth in disguise, okay? That's a disguise for things your soul wants to learn, things, the promise you made to God, okay? It's the promise you made to God when you came here, incarnated on this earth. Sunset, decline, fade, aging, hobbies, preferences, interests, sincerity, respect, carefulness, and support. So with your Vesta flame in Leo, with that sunset card glaring me in the face, aging is what popped out. So for some of you guys, I really haven't had this come about for any of the other signs. But for you guys, Leo, with your Vesta and Leo, this may not happen till you're older, okay? Because you have to have all these. You need time. You need time to have all these experiences to grow your soul, okay? And then to turn around and teach others. So you may notice that when you get older in life, you become more spiritual. And that's why your Vesta flame has been ignited and you're ready to go, right? You're ready to go. All right. That's your Vesta flame reading, Leo. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. Bye. All right, this is for Vesta flame in Virgo. What guidance can you give people that have their Vesta flame in Virgo? What guidance can you give them? What information? What can you help them with their soul's growth, their promise to God, where their Vesta flame burns in Virgo? What information can we give? Okay, so let's see where we're starting out at. Wedding, token, bond, seduce, love, or lust. Okay, so right off the bat, Virgo, your Vesta flame is going to have a lot to do with partnerships, okay? Nurture, grow, nurture, great growth, potential possibility, okay? It's going to have to do with partnerships and other people, okay? Partnerships and other people. That's the promise you made to God. Somehow, and we're going to dig deeper, your Vesta flame has to do with the people you were around, okay? Got to do with other people that help grow your soul. That Vesta flame, that spark of divinity within. Limit, let's see, rules, laws, unwritten, boundaries, speeding, explosion. So, yeah, you're here to set boundaries also, Virgo, with this. I think it was Taurus that got that also, with the limit card and the unwritten rules. You're here to, it's all about relationships for you, Virgo, with your Vesta flame. It's all about relationships. You're here to set limits, set boundaries, okay? I'm here and learn how to communicate. Learn how to communicate. Empty, clean, purify, empty, practice. Like I said, you're here to learn relationships, study relationships. This has a lot to do with the people you're around, Virgo. I'm not Virgo. You're not a Virgo. You don't have to be a Virgo. I keep doing that as if your Vesta is in Virgo, okay? Your Vesta is in Virgo. A lot to do with the people you're around. The people you are around. Brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, parents, friends, co-workers. Any more guidance for Virgo, please? Your soul's growth. Chase, escape, seek. Seek, run, seek. Seek, 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 seek. So you're going to be seeking, okay, you're going to be seeking a lot of different partnerships in your life, Virgo. Now, when I say that, I don't mean a lot of different romantic partners. That is not what I mean. I mean your soul, okay, deep down, reject, negate, never, forbid, taboo. Your soul deep down, okay, wants to grow through relationships in your life. Wants to learn soulful lessons through the people you are around, okay? Through the people you are around. Yield. Force, conceive, surrender, accept. Concede. Force. I have a feeling that in another life, Virgo, or Vesta in Virgo, in another life, there was something to do with relationships for you guys, okay? I don't know. What the deal is. Wisdom, experience, immortality, authority. I don't know. I'm getting this past life feeling here. That this Vesta flame, and it could be for all Vesta flames, but for you particularly, Virgo, as of right now, it's got to do with something you experienced in past lives, okay? With partnerships with other people in your life. Care, teach, accompany, assist, support, and guard. Defend, protect, guarantee. Teach, accompany, assist, support. Yeah. Your soul is craving knowledge, like I said, through relationships, because that's what, I mean, humans are relational people. That's what our lives are all about. Relationships, for the good or for the bad, however you see it. Your whole life from the time you were born has been about relationships. Relationships to your parents, relationships to your siblings, to your school, to your teachers, to your neighbors, to your cousins, to your classmates, your co-workers. I mean, everywhere you go, there's a relationship. And right down to the cashier where you buy your gas. It's a relationship in your life. And your soul, inquire, your soul wants to grow through relationships, Virgo. Okay? Vesta in Virgo. That's what's going to light your soul's fire, your spiritual growth, through the people you are around in your life, okay? Let me get another card for Virgo. Let me get one more card here. What do we call this? Can I get one more card guidance for Virgo, please? For that. Not for Virgo, but for Vesta and Virgo. You know what I mean. Thank you. Clean up, sweep, clean, empty, organize. Perfect card for Virgo. Clean up, sweep, clean, empty, organize. Purify. So you're going to want to start building relationships if your Vesta is in Virgo. Now this can start from the time you're born till in between till you're 100. I don't know. It starts at different lives, different points of life for different people. But at some point, your relationships are extremely important, Virgo. I cannot stress that enough. To your soul's growth, your soul's desire, your Vesta flame, what sparks you up, okay? Extremely important, okay? Just keep that in mind. Relationships are very, very important for you in your spiritual journey, okay? In this lifetime. Okay, Vesta and Virgo, that's it. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye. Alright, hello Vesta in Libra. If you don't know what the Vesta flame is, please go back and watch the intro. That's very important. Can I get some information for people that have their Vesta flame in Libra, please? Vesta flame in Libra. What kind of guidance can you give them for their Vesta? Okay, balance has jumped in, but of course it has. Jumped in my head, of course it has. You're Libra. Vesta flame in Libra, please. Vesta flame in Libra. Balance of soul and body. Balance of soul and body, Libra. That's what I'm hearing. Balance of soul and body. Okay. Anything else you can tell us for our Libras? Vesta in Libra. You don't have to be a Libra. This is if you have your Vesta flame in Libra. Okay? Vesta flame in Libra. Okay, let's see what we got so far before we get too far in. I know there's something that flipped that I didn't grab. It didn't come out, but it flipped. Chat. Okay, chat. I believe that was it. Alright, let's see what you got. Engage in information, disclose information, inquire, and give with an open heart, offer without exception, unconditional love. Okay, so there you go, Libra, right there, unconditional love. Your flame, your Vesta flame in Libra, you are here. Well, when I first started the reading, I said I'm hearing balance between mind and body, okay, mind and body. And you really can't have that without, yeah, there you go, follow instructions. instigation, faith. You really can't have that without unconditional love. Unconditional love is the basis of everything for everybody. God loves us with an unconditional love, and we're talking about the promise you made to God when you incarnated on this earth, right, for this lifetime. Wasted gambling, wasted gambling, wasted gambling. Giving with an open heart. Okay, so your Vesta flame, Libra, your Vesta flame in Libra has to do with in this lifetime. Okay, now remember, this is what our promise to God is when we came here. This is what our soul is here to learn and grow from in this lifetime. Our Vesta flame, where it sits in our natal chart. Okay, so give with an open heart. And then you have this money card, spendthrift, sitting over here, wasted gambling. So unconditional love. You're here to give, Libra. Give freely. Give with an open heart. This may be material. It may be spiritual. I mean, I don't know, but you're here to give, okay? Have you noticed that maybe you have a very generous heart, okay? Vesta and Libra person, have you noticed you have a very generous heart and you don't know where that comes from? You'll give people the shirt off your back, healing, comfort, surgery, repair. Like, yeah, I'm here and give the shirt off your back, give the shirt off your back. You'll give till it hurts. That's part of the issue here. Giving until it hurts. Unwritten rules, laws. I'm looking at this follow card. Follow instruction, instigation, faith. Follow instruction, follow instruction. Feud, natural enemy, deadly threat, exchange of information, inquire, acceptance, listening, teamwork, win-win. Yeah, it's something about giving, Libra. It's something about giving. Now, this could be, like I said, it could be monetary, it could be material, it could be spiritual. If you have a very giving heart, or you will at some point have a very, if you don't have it yet, it's coming, okay? Because that's what Vesta flame and Libra, that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm hearing, that's what I'm channeling. It may start at birth. It may start when you're 100. Somewhere in between. Somewhere in between there with your Vesta and Libra, you're going to begin to give. Give love. Give hope. Give money. Give food. Give clothes. I don't know. But you're going to end up, either you are or you will begin to be a very giving person. And that is from the Vesta flame in Libra. Yes, manipulation is very... You got to be careful, Vesta and Libra. You got to be careful. You don't want people manipulating you. You have to be careful with this one. When somebody is generous to a fault, okay? Generous to a fault. That's where the threat cards come in. Your generosity could be your downfall. You are so generous. Or you will become so generous sometime in the future, okay? Be wary of that. I'm not saying don't become generous. I'm saying just watch for manipulation, okay? Because, like I said, this is a promise you made to God. You're going to learn through generosity, through giving. And people love to take advantage of people who are giving, okay? So be careful. Universe saying be careful with that one. Wisdom, experience, immortality, authority. Yeah, your wisdom's going to come through unconditional love. Giving with an open heart. Yeah, offer without expectation. You're giving to somebody without expecting anything in return, okay? Oh. That's one of your top lessons, Libra and Vesta and Libra. That's one of your top lessons. Giving to somebody without expecting anything in return. Okay? That's how your soul is here to grow. That's what your soul is here to learn about. Acceptance, listening, teamwork, win-win. Acceptance, listening. Listening is important. Listening. You've kind of got like a double whammy going on here, Vesta and Libra. A double whammy. Let's see. I put that across that manipulation card. Just watch for manipulation. Also, part of your soul's growth, your soul's experience is listening. Listening, okay? Actually listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You're supposed to do twice as much listening as you are talking. So, listening is very important. Eternity is giving, unconditional, and listening. This is the first time I've had 2 things pop up for the Vesta flame readings. Giving and listening. Generosity. Your flame is going to burn through generosity. And if you're not there yet, you will be. It may take 2 days, it may take 20 years, but you will be. Once that flame ignites, there's no going back. This is a promise you made to God, okay? Alright, Vesta and Libra, that's it. You guys have a great and wonderful day. This is for your Vesta Flame in Scorpio. Your Vesta Flame in Scorpio. And remember, guys, your Vesta Flame is the promise that you made with God, okay? The promise that you made with God. And how you will come here, incarnate in this lifetime, and help your soul to grow and remember who it is, right? That's what we're doing. That's what we're reading about today, okay? All right, and this is if your Vesta Flame sits in Scorpio. Here's some cards of guidance for our Vistas in Scorpio, please. Our Vistas in Scorpio. Cards of guidance for our Vistas in Scorpio. Yep, yep. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Exploration, timing, turning, rain, wind, bond. Okay, Scorpio. I can go ahead and tell you now that you also, your Vesta will grow and become lit like that fire within through relationships, through very strong bonds and relationships in your life, right? Exploration. You have the card of exploration. That one is really sticking out to me. So it's very patient, universe, underground. So some of these relationships in your life, Scorpio, have not been what you would consider the best. You've probably been manipulated, backstabbed, not the best friends, not the best relationships, probably not the best romantic partners. And these people were picked on purpose, Scorpio. I'm saying Scorpio. It's really if your Vesta's in Scorpio. You could be any sign, okay? But these relationships were picked purposely for you, okay? So that your Vesta flame can be lit and grow and thrive, okay? And learn the lessons that it came here to learn. It's not going to be easy, Vesta and Scorpio. This is not going to be easy. I can tell you that now. You have purity, yield, disappear, exploration, timing. Let me check out this timing card. Yeah, you may notice that a lot of the relationships in your life come about through synchronization, a lot of synchronicities. You're like, damn, that was weird. I was just talking about that person and here they are. Oh my God, I went to school with that person in kindergarten. I was just wondering another day how they were doing, or yeah, something like that. That's how a lot of your relationships will probably be built in this lifetime, okay? If your Vesta is in Scorpio, your Vesta flame. For a lot of these relationships, you may even feel like you're in survival mode, like it gets so deep, you're so deep in the depths that got destiny, road, future, so deep in the depths that you're wondering how you even survived it. Like the relationship is so harsh. Like these are karmic, I'm hearing karmic lessons for Vista and Scorpios, right? We're talking dark, okay, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in this realm, 1 foot in the other. We are talking karmic bonds, karmic relationships, explosive relationships, not always great from our point of view here on Earth, right? From our human perspective, right? And what your Vesta flame and Scorpio really wants you to do is realize that not everything is the other person's fault. That's going to be part of your list of Vesta and Scorpio. Accountability, and not everything is the other person's fault, right? Humility, virtue. Not everything is the other person's fault. You're going to have to hold some accountability in these very hard situations, even though it is very easy to blame the other person, right? I get it. I get it. Trying to feel into these cards, you guys. Hold on. Anything else? Yeah, you have the card of secrets here. Codes, treasures, bribes, disguise. You got secrets, you got exploration, which holds the word underground. You got disappear, which holds decline, die, wither, be forgotten. Okay, and then book. Thank you. That's what I was wondering about. Okay, so your Vesta flame, Vesta in Scorpio, is really building wisdom and experience. And you will be, and the word authority is sitting here looking at us, you will be an authority in these experiences that you're having so that you can help other people. Okay, like I said for several of the other signs, you cannot become an authority figure, a teacher, a guru, a counselor in something that you don't understand, that you haven't been through yourself. Okay, the universe is saying All these experiences, all these challenges with all these different people are for your soul's growth. It's for you to learn and expand. Okay, learn and expand. Anything else for Scorpio, this and Scorpios? Yeah, teach, accompany, assist, support. That's what I just said. You cannot help somebody else, right? You cannot help somebody else. You have to teach, accompany, assist, support until you learn the lesson yourself and come out on top, right? And then you bring back the knowledge that you have gathered through all these relationships, all these broken promises, all these ups and downs, and help somebody that's standing in your shoes. Okay? Best in Scorpio? All right. I hope that helps. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye. All right. Hello, Sag. Vesta in Sag. Now, you do not have to be a Sagittarius. Your Vesta is sitting. If your Vesta is sitting in Sag. If you do not know how to find your Vesta flame, you don't understand what it is, please go back to the intro. I explain what the Vesta flame is and how you can find it in your natal chart. Okay? All right. So, this is for Sagittarius and, or I'm sorry, this is for Vesta in Sagittarius. And you actually can be any sign, like your sun, moon, rising, can be any sign. This has nothing to do with your actual sun, moon, or rising signs, okay? This is just for your Vesta flame, where it sits at. And if it's sitting in Sag, here we go, okay? This is your natal promise, your promise that you made when you incarnated here, how your soul will learn these lessons, help your soul to grow, okay? All right. Can I get some guidance, please, for our Vestas in Sag? Guidance for Vestas in Sag, please. Anything else? Anything else for Vestas in Sag? Okay. All right, Sag. The way your Vesta flame is going to ignite, the way you are going to help your soul grow, is to be very inquisitive. You're going to ask a lot of questions. You may even have somebody may even say to you, "Why do you ask so many damn questions? Why are you so nosy? Why are you always wondering about stuff? Why are you always daydreaming?" That is the promise you made, Sag, when you incarnated into this life to help your soul grow. That's one of the paths you and your soul agreed to take. Okay, your promise to God. I'm going to be inquisitive and I'm going to learn as much as I can. And this is going to help my soul grow. This is going to help my Vesta flame burn, okay? That's one of the things. But another way that I'm seeing is through manipulation. Now, I don't know if you're going to be the one manipulating or if the other person's going to be manipulating you, but there's going to be a lot of manipulative energy in your life, Sag, and you're probably going to be wondering, why the hell am I always getting bombarded with all these manipulating people, these narcissists, these backstabbing. I think I had to tell Scorpio the same thing a while ago. These backstabbing people. That's because it's in your promise to God, okay? This is how you're learning. This is how you're growing. You cannot help other people when you have not been through it yourself, okay? And especially with the ring card here, yeah, that's relationships, strong relationships, bonds, okay? You're going to be learning through a lot of bonds in your life. And you're another one, Sag. There's been several of these signs that have gotten this, but you're another one, poor figure. And that's what I was about to say. Lone hero, action leader. That's exactly what I was about to say. You're another one where I'm hearing leader, teacher. You are to gather all this information, learn all these different things, okay, through your Vesta flame, the promise you made, and teach others, help others. You're going to help others to grow. That is what you're here for. You're here to go through all these different experiences with all these different people and then help guide others through the same situations, okay? Vesta and Sag, guide others, take down notes, learn what you can. And then it's up to you to help other people that are in the same situations, okay? Guard, defend, protect, guarantee, yeah. I'm hearing defender of innocence. So a lot of you could be placed here to work with children, teenagers, like the innocent, maybe some of the elderly or animals. Yeah, defender of the innocent. So that's what I'm hearing, defender of the innocent, okay? That somehow is connected to your Vesta flame, Vesta in Sag, okay? Vesta in Sag. Anything else? Trust. Okay, one of the lessons that you're here for, that failed. I wasn't going to take it, but it failed, so I guess I will. I thought it just, never mind. Anyway, we'll take it. Okay. One of the lessons that you're here for on Vesta in Sag is, and this follows with that manipulation, okay? This follows with that manipulation card. You're here to build trust, to learn how to trust others and yourself, Sag, okay? If you're Vesta, I keep saying Sag, but it's if your Vesta is in Sag, okay? Your Vesta flame. You're here to help learn and help others learn how to build trust in themselves and trust in others, okay? Once that trust has been broken through whatever means, okay? That's part of the experience. A lot of you guys may have, if you have Vesta in Sag, a lot of you guys may have different romantic partners in life. And I'm not saying you're some kind of, you know, promiscuous somebody. That's not what I mean. I mean, maybe you're going to have several, you're going to have several marriages, several broken engagements, broken engagements, and broken engagements, okay. Chase, escape, seek, hobbies, preference, interest. A lot of you guys may realize that you have a lot, I'm trying to say this very tenderly, because I don't want it to go, I don't want it to be said wrong. Let me just say, you're going to have a lot of boyfriends, girlfriends, and probably marriage partners as well, okay? If you have a Vesta in Sag, that's what I'm picking up on. Going to be a lot of lovers in and out of your life, and these will be deep loves, okay? Because they have to do with your Vesta flame, your promise. They're all there to teach you something, Sag, okay? They're all there to teach you something. Look, love, appreciation, fondness, respect, trust. Trust, there you go. Trust is a big one for you guys, okay? Remember that. When you're going through something, sometimes somebody's hurt you in some kind of way, somebody's done something to you, remember that it is a lesson, and what have you learned from it, okay? What have you learned from it? All right? Okay, you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye. This is a reading for your Vesta Flame with the six in Capricorn. If you don't understand what a Vesta Flame is or how to find it, please go to the intro. I'll explain all that, okay? All right, can I get some guidance, please? Some cards of guidance for people that have their Vesta in Capricorn, their Vesta Flame in Capricorn. This is the promise you made to God when you incarnated in this life, okay? How your soul will learn and what do you do with the knowledge, okay? That's what we're reading about today. That's what we're channeling today, okay? All right. Here's some cards of guidance, please, for our caps. Our Vesta in caps, please. Vistas in caps. Okay, I'm going to stop right here with this one. I'm going to go 3 cards off right now. If I need to get more, I will. But I'm going to tell you now, Capricorn, if you have your Vesta flame sitting in Capricorn, you are here to teach what you learn. A lot of you guys are. A lot of us are. We're here to gather what we can with this soul's knowledge and teach. Okay? Teach others. And these did fall, so I will take them, but we'll talk about them in a minute. And it's going to feel like, Capricorn, that there's a lot of chaos in your life, okay? Just what the card says, chaos, unpredictability. There's going to be a lot of explosive moments in your life, Capricorn, and most likely these explosive moments you're going to see as not good moments. Why is this happening to me? Well, it's happening to you, Cap, because your Vesta is in Capricorn, and this is how your soul is learning to grow, okay, through all these explosive moments, okay? And once you realize that, once you're able to pick the lessons from all these explosive moments with all these different people in your life, okay, abundance, wealth, good luck, and blessings, that's where your prosperity lies, okay? Once you ignite that Vesta flame, that's where your prosperity lies. When something happens and it causes a chaotic moment, Vesta and Cap, when you can look at it and say, what have I learned from this situation? That's when prosperity will begin to flow, okay? That's when prosperity will begin to flow for you guys. Okay, we have show, empty, and anniversary. Risk-taking, follow. And for a lot of these chaotic moments, you will be in the center of it, Capricorn, Vesta and Cap, okay? You will be in the center. Whether somebody's blaming you or it's just happening to you, you will be, it's going to be all about you, okay? All about you. Yeah, risk-taking. Like with these chaotic moments, a lot of them probably will come from risk-taking, but again, that's part of the promise you made. You're not going to live life on the safe side if your Vesta is in Cap, okay? You're not going to live life on the safe side. You're trying to build wisdom and experience and authority, okay? So you can come back and teach and help other people, Okay? Follow instructions. Instigation. Faith. Yeah. Just like many of the other signs, you are here to help other people with these same chaotic situations. And you cannot help if you have not been there, okay? Connections. Yeah, this is all about relationships. Vesta and Cap, all about relationships. All right. That's it. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye. Hello, Vesta Flame in Aquarius. This reading is if you have your Vesta Flame in Aquarius, if you don't know what Vesta Flame is, or you do not know how to find it in your natal chart. It is an asteroid in your natal chart. Go to the intro. I explain what it is and how you can find it, okay? All right. And initially, as just a quick rundown, it's a promise that you made, your soul made with God when you incarnated onto this earth, and how you will begin to fulfill your promise to God. How, the ways in which you will begin to walk your path, okay? Walk your path. All right? Okay, so, all right, Aquarius. Can I get some cards, please, for Vistas and Aquarius? Yes, please, the Vista Flame. Anything else? Vista and Aquarius. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, run, reflection, build, purify. Oh, liquid signal. Okay, Vestas and Aquarius, you are here. I'm gonna tell you now, you are here. If you feel like you're being called to, or you notice that you are drawn to different religions, different cultures, different regions, different, like, I'm hearing tribes. Okay, tribes like Native American tribes. Seek, confession, prayer, patience, liquid signal. Yeah. Aquarius, you are here to, and I hate to use the term wake people up, but that's exactly what your Vesta Flame is here to do. If you have a Vesta in Aquarius, okay? You're here to wake people up. You're here to show people that there is nothing wrong with being different, okay? Different is exciting. Difference is how communities grow, okay? And that's what you're here to do. Celebration, ceremony. Yeah, you're here to light a fire. Exactly. Light a fire under people and teach them that different religions, different societies, different cultures, they all can bring something to the table, okay? Vesta and Aquarius, if that makes sense to you, then you've already, if what I just said makes sense to you, then your Vesta flame is already very bright and you're on your way. You are here to wake people up. New ideas, new cultures, new religions, new ways of living, new aspects in life, okay? That's what you're here to do. That's what you're here to do. And a lot of people, you may notice, Vista and Aquarius, that a lot of people aren't gonna. You may feel like they don't like you for some reason. It's because they don't understand you. It's because they don't get you, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, Vista and Aquarius. Okay. Some people may find you a little weird, a little odd. Okay, for some of the things you think or say. Okay. But that's okay. That's okay. You are the wake up call. Okay? You are the wake up call. Vista Flames and Aquarius. You are here to rile people up, get people going. You will probably be the protesters that are on the street, okay? Protesting for this, that, or the other. That is why you're here. You're here to make sure that things get done. Movements. I'm hearing movements. Yeah. That's the Vesta Flame and Aquarius people, okay? You're here for that. Yeah, chaos. Yeah, unpredictability, corruption, instability, chaos, purity, holiness, humility, virtue. Yeah, you're here to, and you see he's carrying that sword. This is what you're here for, Vistas and Aquarius. You're here to make shit happen, okay? That was your promise. That was your soul, your promise to God, that you would come here and shake things up, okay? Shake things up. That's the first time I've got that one. That one was different, Vistas and Aquarius, okay? That one was different. Everybody else has been learning on their own or teaching. That's great. That's a wonderful reading. That is a wonderful reading. Vistas and Aquarius. You are here. Very special. Very special. Very special. Which everybody's special. Everybody's very special, but this is different. Yeah, a lot of people are not going to like you, Vesta in Aquarius, okay? Especially a lot of the governments, a lot of the officials, maybe police in your hometown. If you notice that you really don't get along with them, you have problems with them. Yeah, look what I just said. Police in the hometown, bribes, disguise, codes. Yeah, you're here to stop the corruption. That's why you're here. That was your promise to God, that things would only go so far. Okay, things. This is some good energy. I like this, Vesta and Aquarius. You are badass. You are here to go against the norm, Vesta, Flames, and Aquarius. Okay, you're here to go against the norm. Release old patterns, embrace change, clear the way for renewal. You can't make this shit up. That's why you're here, Aquarius, okay? Vista's in Aquarius, Vista Flames in Aquarius. You don't have to be Aquarius. This is where your Vista Flame sits. And that's why you guys are here to create change. That's a badass reading, Vistas in Aquarius. You have a badass assignment. I love it. I love it. You guys have a great, wonderful day. Bye. All right, Vesta Flame in Pisces. Vesta Flame in Pisces. Now, you do not have to be a Pisces. This is if your Vesta Flame sits in Pisces. If you don't know what your Vesta Flame is, please go to the intro where I explain what it is and how you can find it in your natal chart, okay? But basically, quick little short rundown. It is your promise, your soul made to God. How you would start living your purpose. What and how, what are you going to do? How are you going to change? How are you going to start walking your purposeful road here in this incarnation, okay? What are the things that are going to ignite that Vesta flame and make it burn bright, okay? That's what the Vesta flame, that's what we're reading about today, okay? What sign your Vesta flame sits in, okay? All right. Can I get some guidance, please, for people with their Vesta flame in Pisces? Vesta flame in Pisces. Can I please get some cards and guidance for Vesta flame in Pisces? Holy crap. Got book. Healing. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Vesta in Pisces. And every one of these cards is exactly what I expected to see, and every one of them filling the clump. Okay. All right. If your Vesta flame sits in Pisces, okay, if it sits in Pisces, just like the Vesta in Aquarius, okay, you are here for evolution. You are here for wisdom. You are here for the experience of it all. You are here for healing. You have healing. You have treatment here. You have healing, comfort, surgery, and repair. You are here to make sure things go a certain way and do not get out of hand. Vesta in Pisces, okay? You are here just like Vesta in Aquarius. Your promise to God when you incarnated here and you put that Vesta flame in Pisces, in that last sign of the zodiac, you are here to take care of people on this earth. Vesta flame in Pisces. You are here to not only take care of people, take care of their soul. You're here for soul depth liberation. Okay? Okay, let's do some more. You are here to help people find their desires, their fantasies. And you're going to do this through wisdom and experiences. Wisdom and experiences. So if you're going through all these messed up experiences, like your life has been just jacked up and you can't figure out what's going on, that's why. You cannot help teach. You cannot help somebody, teach somebody, care for somebody through these situations unless you've been through them yourself. I've said this over and over in these readings. And Vesta Flame and Pisces, that's what you're here to do, okay? And the storm's rolling in, I got to hurry. Courage, purity, seek, chase. And what's this last one? Yeah, people aren't going to like you for it. People are not going to like you for it, okay? And just like Vesta Flame and Aquarius, look at this. He's holding that sword. You're here to fight. You're here for the people, Vesta and Pisces. I'm here for the people. You and Aquarius have the strongest readings out of everybody when it comes to a Vesta Flame sitting in that sign. So if you have a Vesta Flame sitting in Pisces, you are here for the people, okay? Here for the people. Bend but not break. Shift with grace. You're here to learn through all these experiences and then help other people grow. Okay, you're here for all the experiences. So soak it up, Vesta Flames and Pisces. Next time something bad happens, look at it and say, damn, that was fucked up. Yes, but also look at it and say, how can I learn from this? What can I learn from this so that I'm not living in vain? And once you start doing that, prosperity will flow. Once you start trying to look for solutions for your lessons through all these issues, all these what we consider bad experiences, once you start trying to figure out what the lessons are for you, then your life will begin to flow with more ease and more grace. Okay, Vesta Flame and Pisces, because you are here to help people. You are here to help people, but not just help people on a soul level. Okay, a soul level. Deep down, karmic levels. Okay. Anything else? Want to close this out? destiny, hurricane, upheaval, destruction, sudden disaster, responsibility, road and shackles. Yes, you are here. Yes, you are here. You are here. You are here for the destruction. You're here for the upheaval. You are here to help people's souls rebuild once everything goes to shit. Okay? Vesta Flaming Pisces, that's what you're here for. It's deep, it's heavy, and your soul made that promise to God. Okay? Alright. Damn, Vesta and Pisces. You and Aquarius, y'all rock. Y'all got the best readings out of everybody, I feel like, anyway. Alright? But everybody's was great. Everybody has wonderful purpose for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on these videos. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye.